Golf's no different from hockey. Requires talent, self-discipline.
Golf requires goofy pants and a fat ass. You should talk to my neighbor, the accountant, probably a great golfer, huge ass.
How do you measure yourself with other golfers? By height.
It's a very, very special honor.
I'm Paula Creamer, and you're listening.
Well, we're waiting.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, a.k.a. John Kreese from Cobra Kai, and you're listening to
Quiet, Please.
Let the word go out from here across the land. Let Daddy Noonan approve.
Hi, boys. Nice day for golf, isn't it? Quiet, please. Oh, you got secrets, eh?
Hey, this is Shooter McGavin. You're listening to the...
Hey, you guys. Hey, we're trying to have a podcast over here.
Indeed. And what a conclusion for this year's FedEx Cup playoffs. I mean, seriously, guys, who was not rooting for Tommy Fleetwood down the stretch? You have found Quiet Please to Golf podcast. And as always, I am joined by our illustrious panel of somewhat experts, at least in our own minds. The ever-present one, Andy Hydorn.
Happy to be in this foursome this evening.
Wearing the good lid. Patriots. Go Patriots.
Very nice lid indeed. Very nice. Brendan Elliott.
Good evening.
Good evening. And you heard him already, Boston Bob Baldessari.
Coming to you live from the bourbon and horse capital of the world.
And the boss, Alan Depew.
Oh, well, I'm having technical problems, so you boys, you're going to have to carry on for a second here. Andy, take it over there.
I'm taking it over.
Taking it right over.
Everybody step aside because I'm at the mic right now. No, I think we should definitely discuss how happy everybody is for Tommy Fleetwood. Bobby, wouldn't you agree?
How about that timing? You know, you talk about golf gods and karma. He doesn't win. We had him as a trivia question. How many runner-ups, how many top tens? But talk about timing to win and win 10 million. Well done, lad.
Tommy lad.
And I guess I wasn't paying attention. I thought that he had just won the Tour Championship. And then it dawned on me, like, as they're, doing the presentation at the end, that he also won the FedEx Cup. I wasn't even paying attention to that. I thought it was a done deal with Scotty. But we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be some conversation around that for sure. I do think it it's Ryder Cup season, and the fact that Tommy's a European Ryder Cup player, he still had an unbelievable amount of support at East. And I think that just talks to what a quality person he is, number one, and number two, that everybody loves an underdog, and everybody's heart has been broken with his heart, several times this year. So I think it's incredible, that he finally was able to break through and did it here. I think makes it even better.
Andy, I'm back. So the
how did I do?
You did phenomenal.
Yeah.
One is, yes, everybody was cheering him on without question, and he actually said that in his presser, is just be a good person,
Right.
and that's so true. But what I noticed this week about him, that I saw it at Hartford, did not see this week that I saw at Hartford, and then I saw the 16th shot. We talked about this, I think, even thing on another show, is there wasn't indecision.
No.
He picked his club, and maybe that's because right down the stretch he still had that nice little 3-shot lead, but as opposed to people closing the gap on him. But I saw it twice in his two shortcomings in the past, but not this Tommy Fleetwood. He striked it well.
Yeah, to me though, like it's the rite of passage, if you will, right? And it is rare, but it does happen that people sometimes, when they get their first opportunity to win, that they win. It does happen, but we all know that it's more common for somebody to have had their heart broken a few times before they break through. And I think one of the emotions, if you will, that tends to drive him. I bet there is a little anger in, his inside voice saying, "You're here again. You are not letting this go by. Like, you've already seen that movie too many times. You're not letting this go by." So I think that's just the way that his psyche would probably have handled that this weekend.
I totally agree. I mean, totally agree, Andy. I mean, you're in tournament competition. That first time through, maybe you're tentative, maybe you're overthinking, then it happens again, and everybody's on a different scale, but 100,000,000% agree. You get either A, more comfortable, more confident, but also you're pissed off. You're like, I'm not going to let this freaking thing get away again. And you just stay pedal on the metal. And it's just, human nature. Stephen Yellen probably have a ball with this one as far as the mental gymnastics.
Yep.
Now, to play devil's advocate, and I love Tommy, don't get me wrong. He was a judge on our swing contest before, and I never dealt with him personally. His wife Claire was wonderful to work with, but I would wonder if Scotty's kind of falling apart a little bit kind of cleared the way for him to finish it off. I wonder what you guys are thinking on that.
It probably made it easier on him. If in fact, hearing Scotty's footsteps would have caused him a little more anxiety, who knows? I personally think that it was all personal for him at this stage. I think he was probably tired of not finishing.
I thought he only heard Cantley's footsteps 29 times, 26 times, 27 times.
Good Lord.
Brutal.
Good Lord.
The pitter patter of Patrick.
Yeah, the lot of chatter this week about Scotty doesn't deserve to be the FedEx Cup or Tommy doesn't deserve to be FedEx Cup champion.
Oh, did you see that one with if they had done the leader, they'd given him somebody immediately put that one up there.
What, the cumulative strokes?
Yeah, if they did giving him the advanced 10 strokes, that Scheffler would have won by going away, something like that.
Yeah, so Bobby, I don't know if you remember this, but 2 years ago there was a team in the NHL with a spoked B logo that set the record for points in a regular season.
Don't bring it up again.
And they lost in the first round.
They did.
Does that mean that they should automatically make it to the Stanley Cup? No. They're playoffs.
I consider myself a hockey guy. I wonder what team would have imploded like that.
Yeah, well, look it up.
Stuff happens.
2023, look it up.
Look, there's been a lot of talk about this whole playoff system. I thought that they made a few changes this year, like paying out the bonus pool to who led at the end of the year, which was Scotty. And they got rid of that ridiculous, strokes at the beginning of the Tour Championship. And from what I understand, they are making more changes next year to where it's just a straight up event. No strokes, no having to get your calculators out or anything at the end, from what I understand.
Well, I think everybody has a bunch of ideas as to, what a better playoff system would be. I don't know if you guys have thought about it much. I have a little bit.
I will only say that I solved the Olympic issue. I did not put a great depth into solving the PGA Tour's Tour Championship, but if pressed, I could probably come up with an idea, Andy.
What was the Olympic issue?
Well, I rewrote the entire.
He fixed it.
You didn't see my email?
Right, yeah.
I footnoted shit, Andy. I mean, you didn't even.
My apologies.
It was brilliant. It was great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bobby.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, what did we have at the end of the year to talk about when there wasn't a playoff and there was just the Tour Championship? Maybe we just don't need a playoff system. And I know that's a corporate thing, lots of money, but who knows? Maybe that's the answer.
I think we got to get out of the box. Like, stop thinking that Scotty deserves the Tour champions. They're playoffs. Like, every sport has playoffs that don't guarantee anybody anything. The closest thing to a guarantee in the playoffs is the NFL. The NFL gives a couple teams a bye in the first round, but that's it. Once that's done, everybody's playing for their life.
Well, detail our we're, at least I am. I'm a fan of Lou Stagner. His was, to paraphrase it, top 70 make it. They play St. Jude, goes to 50, play the BMW, goes to 30. And then do you do a cut after every single round or is it after the halfway point of the Tour Championship, or how was it?
It was something like that, but I've kind of thought about it, and I've got my own version of Lou Stagner's thing. I think it's a little different, but for me,
well, we're gonna like yours more anyway.
You're gonna listen to it anyway. We know that much. But for me, it would be awesome to start with the 70, right? I think that definitely adds drama at Sedgwick for the last regular season event to get into that top 70. I think a cut to 50 makes it to the BMW, and then a halfway cut at the BMW should get you to 30 after 2 rounds, and those people are out. There's 30 left, and then you get 20 people that get to East Lake. After 2 rounds, you cut it to 12. After 3 rounds, you cut it to 6. And the last day, 6 guys are playing for the championship. Low score wins. That's my entry for.
Not cumulative scores for the rounds.
Nothing cumulative. Everything, like every cut, like at East Lake, you play the first 2 rounds for top 12 of the 20, and then after 3 rounds, you play one round for the top 6.
At the BMW, when they make the cut halfway, there's still action going on because they'll get you to 30, but then 10 guys still have to survive the next 2 rounds.
Correct. So what it does, it kind of gives not every round, but every couple of rounds are kind of paramount to somebody's ability to survive in advance.
It rewards Scotty for right from the onset because he's still on the mountaintop.
It doesn't though. All 70 players start off the same, and then the top 50 of those 70s make it to the next week. After 2 rounds, 20 of those guys drop out, 30 are left. After 4 rounds,
all right, that's where I take exception. I think you have to. I like they have the progression where Scotty's rewarded for his 32,000 points or whatever he's put up.
Why?
Why not?
He's already been rewarded for his 32,000 points. This is the playoffs. Like, you got there, you should be rewarded for that, but you don't get any special dispensation. You're playing for your life, just like Jacob Bridgman is.
Hey, Andy, how about this reimagined take? So you take whoever makes the finals, you bring them to one of the municipal golf courses in America, maybe George Wright, maybe Leo J. Martin in Boston. You let them.
Leo J. Martin.
No, not Leo J. is looking not good. You tell them they can buy mulligans and string and skirts, but all that money goes to charity. So 3 mulligans is $500,000. They raise money for charity. They play a local muni, and the winner at the end of the day wins, and that might grow the game.
Okay, go in the corner and go reimagine by yourself, okay?
I would say take what Andy said, and the only thing you change is you make either the final round, you play with the numbers so you can make it work, but you go the last 2 rounds or the final round in match play, like a bracket.
I would love
thing.
that too. I would love that too. So after 2 rounds, you cut it to 8, and then you play to 4, and then the finals.
I just think format gets so boring, and I think when you look at history, Bobby can contest to this and talk about this, but match play was everything for a long time in golf, and it's just kind of disappeared. And that's one of the reasons I think why we love the team events, is because of the different formats. It just makes it interesting, and it really lets you see who the complete players are when you're doing those, mixing up the formats.
I do think that television shies away from match play because of the potential of a blowout, right? So imagine if, let's say there's 4 guys that are playing that last round. Well, if they were playing a foursome, it would take forever if some of those guys were in the foursome. But it would just be really interesting to watch these guys like battling it out stroke by stroke for, the winner gets it. See, Mike Booker agrees with me.
Yes. Well, I respectfully disagree with Mike Booker as well. I just think that Scotty you get to the 70, they have buys. They have buys in the first round of playoffs. Why doesn't he give his reward to keep his points until such a stage?
There are no points. There are no points. The points are done after 70.
No.
The points are done.
No, at some point it goes to 0. I do like the match play idea, by the way. I agree with that. So I do agree with Michael Booker on that. But I'm just saying get to 70, then you play the next one. What do we say? 70 to 40?
50.
Okay, 70 to 50. And then do the points go away? What are you really rewarding? You're basically giving them
How are you using the points? I don't get it.
Just like you're using it in terms of the standing.
There are no standings.
There's still standings, Andy.
Once the playoffs
in my world, there's still standings.
No, once the playoffs start, you are 70 equal players.
I'm not hearing you. All right, Andy. I like it.
Hear me out. I would be open to having the top 10 players get a bye to week 2.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So let's say 60 players are playing week 1 for 40 spots.
So in that case, it's almost like the NFL. You get your reward is you get the first round bye. You're not as tired.
Okay, I will agree to that.
I mean, Rory did that on his own, and it didn't help him. Didn't help him one bit.
But he did make it to the U.S. Open to watch tennis.
It didn't hurt him one bit, right?
No,
agreed. There was nothing. There was the way the format is set up right now. It did not benefit him to play St. Jude.
Right.
Anybody else that would like to chime in addition to Michael Booker, if you're watching us on Instagram or on our YouTube channel or on Facebook, feel free. We love comments. We'll give a shout out and keep it clean. That's the only requirement.
Keep it clean.
Relatively clean.
PG-13.
I do like the idea of ultimately boiling it down to match play, 2 players. Mano y mano.
It would be great to have that last week at East Lake. Every round you're eliminating people.
Yeah.
That's the other thing to hear. There's some good conversation about moving it from East Lake because of the weather, the heat. You want to, move it to, I don't know, move it up north. George Wright.
Do a rotation.
Back in the corner, Bob.
4 venues.
You know what? You know what, Bobby? You know what's up north this year?
Segue.
The Stanley Cup.
No, that's going to perpetually live in South Florida forever because of the tax laws. I could go on that one.
You talking about the Abe Mitchell statue event?
Sure.
This is our special show.
As a resident historian of the show, would you like to explain what they are going to be competing for?
This small golden little trophy that's not real big, and I actually had it in my house a couple of times. Don't tell anybody. But when I was at PGA, I had to transport a couple of times. So one was right here with Kenny Perry. I got this photo.
I thought you just dropped the Ryder Cup.
I thought the same thing.
That's back in the day at PGA Golf Club, and I had to bring the Ryder Cup with Kenny up to Vero Beach, where he used to play as a young pro.
Nice.
So on the top of, you want to win a nice beer bet with somebody, the figure that's on the top of the Ryder Cup is the English professional Abe Mitchell. Abe was the golf pro for Samuel Ryder. Samuel Ryder was not happy with Walter Hagen's antics, and so he wanted to put more luster and shine on Abe. So he decided he was donating the trophy, and he was going to put Abe on the top because he looked up to Abe. He thought Abe was a great guy, and Walter Hagen was a whatever.
That's a trivia question and answer in the same segment.
That was pretty impressive.
I did not know that. That is
yep.
Nice little tidbit of information.
I better pick up.
I believe that's because Hagen was a card-carrying member of the Mermaid Guild.
Yeah.
The He-Man Women Haters Society or whatever.
Yeah.
So what Jackie Gleason used to call it.
All right, we built this up last week. This is the week we get to have the debates. Tomorrow's the big day, although some names are being released. People are talking. There's people talking out there.
Uh-oh.
People are talking.
Unfortunately, our little cadet Small was unable to join us, but he throws out Justin Thomas, Morikawa, Sam Burns, Ben Griffin, Patrick Cantlay, and the captain, Keegan himself.
All right.
Does everybody agree? Do you disagree? Mr. Elliott?
I have, and for anybody that reads any of my stuff, I've already released this. I got JT. So he's 7th spot. He's a Ryder Cup guy through and through. He finally got that monkey off his back about not having a win. So I got him. I'm skipping Colin Morikawa. I'm sorry. I mean,
what?
I just don't. There's other guys there. I got Mav McNeely. Can't do Ben Griffin. He's gotta go to Betty Ford. He's got an issue he's got to address. I have got Cam Young, Patrick Cantlay, Sam Burns, and my last one is Captain Keegan, which shouldn't be a controversial pick. I mean, the guy just slipped out of the 10th spot in the 11th spot. He's playing well. He has been playing well all year. You want guys, and this is the argument we always hear, but you want guys that are playing well, and that's why I didn't go with Morikawa. I'm very nervous about Xander.
I brought notes actually this time, and I'm going to give you a number that's going to back up. You do not need to justify the Keegan.
Okay.
We had Mark Bradley on here. He justified enough. He endorsed it as a dad. Keegan plus 1.66 shots gained in the last 3 months.
Yep.
Arguing Andy Hydorn.
So no argument. So before we go on, if Mike Booker wants to give us his picks, or anybody else who's listening wants to chime in with their picks for the 6 captains picks, we would love to.
I might disagree with Mike Booker, though.
You can't disagree with him until he tells you who he's picking. So, is it time for my picks?
If you would like.
Okay. I'm telling you who I'm not picking. I'm not picking Morikawa either. He just does not deserve to be on that team the way he's played. I think in general the U.S. is going to miss having a player of his stature there, but at the way that he's been playing, he doesn't deserve to be on the team. Not picking Brian Harman, although I think he would probably be a decent addition to that team. I think I was on the Maverick McNeely bandwagon until last week. So I think he had a rough go. Definitely not picking the locker wrecker, Wyndham Clark.
He wasn't even a consideration.
And I do not want to hear any of this crap about Chris Goddard being on the team. I mean, look, he's had a great little stretch, but come on, people, be real. He's not proved himself to be there just yet. So my team is JT, Ben Griffin, Cam Young, Patrick Cantlay, Sam Burns, and Captain Keegan. And my only point about Keegan is, if Keegan weren't the captain, he would be picked 1,000% of the time to be on.
As he should have been the last time.
Yep.
Okay. So, for those of you, I don't know, maybe I'll wait till I get to my point. Start blind you with stats, Bobby.
Should I go next?
Go ahead, because I am I'm stocked up with statistics.
By the way, who is the United States player with the most total overall points in Ryder Cup history?
That's a statistic, unfortunately, I don't have.
I'll let you mull on that if you want.
Phil Mickelson.
If you can name the top three, that'd be amazing.
Wait a minute. Sorry, I was reading Mr. Booker's comments. Say your question again.
Who has the most points for the USA team in Ryder Cup history?
Larry Nelson. Lanny Watkins.
Shooter McGavin.
Lanny's in fourth.
Ooh.
I do know.
Lanny's in fourth?
There's the top two are pretty iconic. Phil's in third.
Nicholas. Phil's in third, okay.
Arnie is in second.
Wow.
Half a point behind Billy Casper.
Oh.
Friendly golfer.
Yes.
Yep. 23.5.
Buffalo Bill.
Right. So, speaking of history, I've got Walter Hagen, Jimmy DeMeritt, Dr. Kerry Middlecoff. I'm sorry. What did I?
Jackie Burke. You gotta include Jackie Burke.
I'm sorry. There, I had a flashback. Okay. I purposely am coming at this pretty rogue. I'm trying to reimagine things big time, and I'll take the heat. But I'm just having some fun here. If I had to put money on this, I don't know if I'd go with these six, but I just think it's a lot of fun. And I think you have to do a little bit of introducing the young guns to the next generation. You know, you got to get some young, inexperienced team members, and then they get their experience. So definitely going JT. Definitely going Cam Young. Sam Burns. Maverick McNeely. Sorry, Chris Goddard. And definitely going Keegan.
Hey,
we're all pretty close. I think we're one person off.
Yeah.
Each of us.
Did you say all six?
JT, Cam Young, Sam Burns, Chris Goddard, Maverick McNeely, Keegan.
Yep. Nobody's not picked Keegan, by the way.
Oh, should we do the winning teams? Should we say who we think?
Well, we'll save that for a minute. So those of you that cannot see, that are just listening to the show, not on the video portion on Facebook. Michael Booker, I like all mentioned Keegan for sure, but JT must step up to his actual talent. Ooh, calls him out. I love it. He should be a world beater, but something is missing. Griffin has earned it and should go. Maverick, not tough enough. Burns is Burns is a lock.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Are you ready, gentlemen?
Oh, Lou Stagner Depew is gonna go crazy on us.
I got stats from so let me just start up at the top. The ones that actually made it. Okay. Xander, yeah. I mean, he's gonna be there, but is he really there? Henley, a good short game. Started off with a fast start. Where's he been lately? Harris English, I could steady Eddie, but I could say kind of the same thing. But when you get down to it, Captain Keegan's got some tough choices.
Yes.
And I'm gonna make it easy and say Captain Keegan, pick number 1. Get that out of the way. So yes, Andy, all of us have picked
unanimous.
Keegan.
Yep.
Yes, 100%. JT, without question, I think that after the last go round, when everybody questioned him, I think he's recommitted to his game, and I can statistically tell you why I think his numbers are solid. Interestingly, I agree with my fine friend, Mr. Elliott. Mr. Morikawa has no right being on this team, even though he's a major champion and sitting in the number 8 position. His ball striking would be nice if he was striking the ball, and his putter is sometimes shaky at best. But interestingly, when doing my statistical in-depth analysis, not as much as Yip Strickler with handicaps, I did find that Colin Morikawa does play long golf courses extremely well in comparison to some of these other people on the list. But I still left him off.
Now that is some straight up investigative captaining.
That's some good intel.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. Wait a minute. Okay. So Morikawa out. Boom. Done. My number 3, Burns. And guess what? It's been reported already out there that Burns is going to get a pick. Why? Because he's a great putter. We can't make putts.
Yep.
The U.S. team cannot make putts. We need putters. And, oh, yeah, by the way, T4 at the BMW, T7 at the Tour Championship certainly did not hurt his chances of making the team. I'm just going to keep going. Maverick McNeely, because I believe it is the great author, Brendan Elliott, that said, we need fresh young blood, or so. I'm paraphrasing. Another great putter. So that gave me 4. Now I need number 5. Okay. Here's where we're going to get interesting.
Do we need a golf?
What's that?
Do we need a golf cart for this round?
I got a key. I got a key on my keychain right here. If you need it, it's a club. It's a club car.
Good one, Bobby.
Yes, Mr. Smith. How'd you do on 4?
Yeah,
I'm actually came prepared. Now you're busting on me. Okay. Number 5, Cam Young, local boy, plays that golf course well. Yeah, just there you go. Novak hasn't been seen since Hilton Head.
Yep.
I'm just writing down all top 16, Andy. So that left me down to 3 names, 1 spot. Ben Griffin, Brian Harmon, who I really am a big Brian Harmon fan, or Patrick, I shuffle my feet 26 times, Cantlett. So I did what anybody in the golf industry would do when faced with this situation. I put it into ChatGPT.
Oh my God.
I should have done
that. Should be not allowed.
If I were Keegan Bradley selecting one of these 3, what would I do? It's amazing the breakdown I got. And in the end, BE, you want to take a guess?
Cantley.
Andy?
Cantley.
Bobby?
Chris Scarborough.
Break out the creatine, boys. Ben Griffin's on the team.
Ooh.
Ben Griffin. And why? Because AI said, first of all, I actually said why. Red hot trajectory, arguably riding best form of any of the 3, 2 PGA Tour wins, momentum, analytics, fresh dynamics. As a rookie, he brings energy, fearless play, and unpredictability, elements invaluable in the Ryder Cup pressure.
I would say
That's
honestly, until last week, Cantlay was not on my list. But the fact that he showed up and the fact that he was such a factor at the last Ryder Cup,
Yep.
The U.S. team needs that, in my opinion. But he played his way onto the team this week for me.
Look, Griffin's got energy, but is it real natural energy?
Yeah. No. Synthetic energy he's got.
Well, if the creatine helps him hit it longer at Bethpage, which plays long, then that's all I'm saying.
I do like that. Sorry, B.
Oh, I just said get the chewables though.
Yeah, I do like that bit of research on Colin Morikawa playing long golf course as well. I think that's super interesting. He's just so off his game though.
Yeah.
You know this is pretty interesting, Andy, is shots gained. Every one of these players, obviously, as you would expect, because they're top 16 players on the U.S. field, there was only 3 under 1.
And they were?
Cam Young actually was one of them.
Wow.
Novak was the worst at 0.62, and Brian Harman at 0.79.
So is that for the year?
Yeah.
So here's the other thing that I think is worthy of consideration. I think we talked about Cantlay playing his way on, right? I think Cam Young has had a really good stretch, and I believe he's played his way on.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like Maverick kind of played his way off, but before last week, Maverick and Cantlay for me were flip-flopped because Maverick was the guy that was on a hot streak. So it's interesting. I think, overall the course of the year, I get it. But when you really look at it, it's like the last 2 months, right?
To go back to sports, it's like the team that's hot at the end.
Yeah.
They didn't do so good early, but they're a wild card team, but nobody wants to play them because they're on a roll.
Yep.
Do you also play anything into this about locker room dynamics with a small amount of people? This isn't a football team. You've got 12 people, and what happened in Rome with Cantlay and Xander, I think there's some dynamics of personalities that has to come in.
Cantlay and Xander are best friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that whole hat thing and the, paying, I don't know.
So let's talk about that for a second. Like I heard that a couple times today. And I don't know what's true, what's not true, but Cantlay was getting married the week after the Ryder Cup. And we heard that he didn't want to wear a hat because he didn't want to have that.
He didn't want a tan line.
Right.
Didn't want the Stewart sink.
Right. I mean,
I didn't want to say it, B.
Brendan Elliott. but that's as much, if not more believable than anything else. I think, yeah, the rest of that was just a bunch of garbage.
Let's talk about this. Who's going to win?
Oh,
I think Christian, being a very high on the USA team, and I'm there too. I think we're all there too. I just think when you're looking at the matchups that the Euros, even in Bethpage, are gonna have a pretty, I wouldn't say easy time, but it's theirs to lose, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, if they were playing on a neutral site, I'd pick Europe all day long. But I think the home country advantage, or the home region advantage, if you will, when it comes to Europe, I just feel like that plays such a big part in who wins and who loses Ryder Cup. So I think for that reason, I think the U.S. will win.
How big of a factor is Keegan? I think this might have been, and I hope I hope we can say this by the time the event's over, but this might have been one of the smarter decisions, I think, in terms of a captain since, I don't know, who was the last great captain? Azinger?
Probably Azinger, yeah. Before that, Crenshaw.
Mm-hmm.
I am nervous for him if he doesn't play well and he selects himself.
Yeah, like I heard today, there's 4 scenarios, right? He picks himself and they win. He picks himself and they lose. He doesn't pick himself and they win. He doesn't pick himself and they lose. 2 of those scenarios, he's going to look like a smart guy. And 2 of those scenarios, he's going to look like a dummy, right? I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters.
You do have another 2 scenarios in that too.
Which
he picks himself, they lose, but he gets all his points and he plays phenomenal. Or the other way around, where they win.
Here's a question. I wonder what the betting line is on this one. How many matches does he put himself into for, assuming he picks himself? 3?
Yep.
I'd say 3.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, if he picks himself over somebody else, like he's leaving a good player home. You don't leave a good player home
to not play,
stay on the bench, right? I remember that the Ryder Cup that was at Brookline in '99. You remember Jarmo Sandelin?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's a Swedish guy who used to wear those crazy sunglasses that were like wrapped around his head. But Jarmo Sandelin didn't play until the singles. And I believe there's one other player that didn't
play
until the singles too.
Yeah.
So, and maybe they were qualifying members of the team, so they weren't picked. They were, qualified by points. But if you're picking people, you don't not play them.
I mean, can you imagine if Keegan tees off first Friday morning? That place is going to be like a nuclear bomb. That place would go crazy.
I thought the scenario, what Keegan slots himself 12th on Sunday.
And that's brilliant because it could be over by then and he won't have to feel the wrath of it comes down to him. But I think if anybody on that team
won.
Look, if there's anybody on that team besides Scotty that I would want to have the final putt, it would be Keegan Bradley. That might be saying a lot, but
no, but I do think like if he went off first, like his match would be done and he could go out and ride around in his cart and do his thing, right?
Yeah, but for the dramatic effect, final match, has to win.
Yeah.
Snakes one in, little left to righter. Stalks it.
So does anybody take any credence in the rumor that it's been leaked that he's already said he's picking himself? Did you guys hear that today?
I have not seen that one.
I heard that.
I saw it, but he's going to be on the team. I mean, I would put my everything I own up on that.
It's got to be that's part of betting, right? So there's got to be Vegas odds and all that.
You got counting Michael Booker chiming in. We got 5. We're 5 for 5 saying the guy's picking himself.
I think the sentiment's going to be overwhelming that he's on the team. I really do.
I think the American public wants to see it, and golf fans want to see him on the team.
Yeah,
I think they saw full swing. I think they saw he got shafted.
Yep.
And I think they saw him handle it like a man through great disappointment. and all he did is came back and worked harder, and in essence earned his way on this team. I mean, what's he at right now? 10 or 11? At 11. Okay, so he would have fallen just outside under the old formats, right?
Yeah. But trending pretty well.
Yeah.
Well, and with all his other responsibilities floating around on the Today Show and everything else, and giving away free tickets at a municipality the other day.
Yeah. They just have to focus on playing golf and not overcomplicating and not overdoing the PR stuff. It's easy that he could do it. It's all the other stuff that they pile on to try to make this thing bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's going to implode one of these days. But
yeah, but I mean the like game day captaining, like he's got Jim Furyk there.
Right.
He's been there, done that, right? Like
right.
I guarantee you that he's going to play a huge role in, those functions that happen during the play.
Yeah, and you got the other guys too, like Sneds, he's going to captain the President's Cup, so he's going to be very, very involved in this.
Yeah.
I got one for you. Does Tiger show up? No?
I agree with Brendan.
I think I think that he thinks if he does something like that, people will think that he's making it about him, which I don't believe that. But I just that's what
spotlight away.
I think you're gonna. I think he'll. Okay, I can see what you're saying. I think the team gets a message from him during.
100%, yeah, or a video or something.
Yeah. Man, I'm just jacked. I'd like to be in the team room.
Jordan will be Michael Jordan, not Spieth.
Well, he may be there hanging out with JT.
Yeah.
All
right. So, all right. Final thoughts. Actually, I think Europe wins. I disagree with Andy. I hear the home course advantage, and trust me, it will be nuts up there. I'm not going anywhere near it, even though it's an hour away. But I do think Europe sneaks out a victory. BE?
Final thought. Is that what we're doing? Walking up 18?
Yep.
I got to once again give a shout out to my boy up in New York. He not only did he win the member guest a couple weekends ago as the youngest kid in 50 some years, but the biggest invitational they have for high school events up in our area is at Enjoy Golf Club, where they used to have the BC Open, and now it's the Dick's Open. He, out of a 103 kid tournament, he won the tournament with a 3 under 69, the youngest ever 8th grader to win that event, and he helped the team to a 4th place finish out of 10 teams. So, Brevin Bennett, you keep impressing me.
Love it. That's a great golf course, by the way.
I love that place.
Amazing venue. BB?
I'm going to say go USA. I hope they play well. I think the USA comes out emotionally charged, like some teams do emotionally charged. But when it's all said and done and the final putt lands, I've got Europe 15.5, USA 12.5.
Even score predicting over here. I love it. So
Andy Kydorn, you started it off when I was fumbling. Bring us home.
Well, Ryder Cup's always interesting to me. I really like a lot of the European players. Like personally, like Rory's my favorite golfer on the planet. I love Tommy Fleetwood. There's just so many guys on that team that I really love to watch play, and I think they're seemingly good people. So it's always hard to root against those guys, but it comes down to USA versus Europe, and I hope the United States wins, and I think they will. by a pretty narrow margin.
And I lied. I forgot to do something. Before we get more hate mail, I have to throw this in there real quick. John Rahm's Legion 13 did win the LIV Team Championship. That's all. Have a great week, folks. We'll talk to you later.
You only have one opportunity to sell your golf property. Shouldn't you partner with an expert that offers you 30 plus years of golf industry experience combined with the reach of a global leader in real estate? Colliers International Golf Brokerage and Advisory Services understands your unique business needs. Whether it is brokerage, management, and consulting, be reassured that the market leader in the business of golf is providing you the real answers and practical solutions you deserve. Contact Golf Talk Live co-host and Colliers Golf Advisory Services member Alan Depew today at 717-554-8519. That's 717-554-8519.